Hello, good morning, dear my students. Today we are going to the Hindi newspaper, the Hindu newspaper, and this bodies of suspended by COVID-19, victim of the found flooding in the Ganga, and village see the high cost of the cremation by the first poor to be discarded remain in this river due to the COVID-19 and vaccines. It is the related to the India and video of the several bodies of the suspend in this COVID-19 due to victim flooding the Mahadev Ghat and this Ganga of the Chausha village in Bihar. This news is Bihar related to this have not been viral on the social media. To speaking outraged by this official who just visited to the site and thus bodies might have floated in this from the adjoining by district the eastern Uttar Pradesh. Due to this, Chausa is about the 10 km from the headquarters of this Buxar and adjoining by eastern Uttar Pradesh. So related to this situation and this earthworm by wind they used to the move the bodies and they found flooding by near Mahadev Ghat near Chausa in Buxar on this Monday. Related to this news is not related to civil service examination. Next vaccine product in the bring gradually by the rampant in the censure and then after it is expected by this increase in this next couple of the month of the government. The center of the information this Supreme Court that be production of the capacity to COVID-19 vaccine had not been gradually by roadmap of this light of immunization by the drive and the situation in the development of the coronavirus vaccination. In time the any Supreme Court said that company production in the increase in this vaccine in the time to the grave of this disaster of the unprecedented magnitude by the executive function by the government need to direction of the formulated by the policy large interested by the submitted by the view of the unprecedented by the popular by the circumstance under this vaccination of the drive and the executive policy and increase the production. Supreme Court said that this news is important but this is civil service examination related to and then Congress need to the put house in the order Sonia. This news is not related to this civil service examination and 1 lakh tons by the again gain number PMKY. Next, former JNU student get 3 week interval for the further funded. Former JNU student get 3 weeks interim bail for further High Court to the take up central vista work in this fields today. Telangana of the refuge entry by COVID patent by the form AP. Ambulance not allowed by this 10 access by the hospital in Hyderabad. CD News. Many without the phone by net access by unable to the book vaccination of the slot over 250 passes from the Andhra of the Telangana sent by the quarantine center. Response by this news is not related to the civil service examinations and then Nost want to aspire this editorial, it is a very important this civil service examination, and they helpful this student essay and language clarity and decoding by inequality in this digital world. Do you know, dear my student, technology by challenge in the education and health are they worsening by the inequality. We green by the EU Bank of the widely acclaimed by book automatic by inequality. Allotted as this way of the automated by decision making tools created by the inequality, especially by this wide ranging to the bear of the people of the receiving service they are insured to. Novel coronavirus pandemic has been accelerated by the use digital technology in India. Even the essential by service such as the health and education where access to them might to be poor. This paragraph said that novel coronavirus related to the education, it is a very challenging in the technology. It is a total student number which not accepted the technology because India it is a democratic but number of students are not provide the technology, and rural area only provide the urban area. Economic equality has been a crisis by the people of whose job of the salary and protected by the face of the economic fault. The super rich by have even become richer by 10 of the worth by other has been increased. The bulk of the India and the population by the however it is suffering by the house economy setback. Several sure by conducted by this post of the 12 months suggested by the with press by job loss by the income sorting by the among these who did not by job less job. This paragraph said that in India related to the novel coronavirus 95% people are private job and losses in this country because due to novel coronavirus it is a very difficult situation in this India and worse than the immediated by the economic setback by in the will recognition channel of the economic and the social mobility. Education and the health are getting by the result by the in the way of the making access more than the equality in the already by an equal society. This paragraph said that education and health it is a very destroyed in this novel coronavirus due to social mobility in the health system. The switch of the learning. For a few of switch of the online education sector by this is seamless by not withstanding by the education minister statement by parliament that not we say the situation of now hard we did drop by the education because they are online learning platform. Latest by you young student took not their life in the because they are could not crop a college student studying by the Delhi in 16 years old in the Goa whose family could not be affected by the repair in the phone to the he said used. And this education minister said that parliament related to the due to online education system due to online learning platform. Latest two young students took about their life because they could not escape a college by a student studying by the Delhi 60 years by old Goa and his family could not be afford by the repair the phone he used. Goa one family said that you are not afford by this repair this phone. According to the national sample by survey data from the 2017, only 6% rural by householder and 25% urban householder have a computer access by internet. Faculty by is not by universal by the either 70% rural by area and 42% urban area. That Your smartphone with data is not have improved by access for the post of the 4 year you significant by number of the most but variable by the structuring by the survey of the National Council of the Education Research of the timing NCERT the amazing foundation by the ASER of the Oxfam suggests to the between 27% and 60% could not by access online classes. The range of the region, lack of the device share by the device inability by the by data peak of the data further lack of the stable contractivity appear by this not be very evolution by the imaging can internet going to of the 2 in minute during this timed examination. Dear students, this paragraph added according to the National Simple Data Survey 2017 on the 6% and rural 26% and urban 27%. How computer in the available access to the internets and rural area are 42% and the urban and smartphones your data will be provided these years and significant. Do you understand the survey or National Council of the Education Research and training the amazing by this is your the 60% and 27% and they could not by access the online class. This line said that 27% and 60% are number of the students are not accepted by the online class due to the technical challenge and then shared by the drive ability to data package further by stable by the connecting the join of the data evolution by the imagination of the internet. Next, besides this, many lack of the learning by the environment by home by cute by the space of the study to luxury for many of these instance 25% India left for the single room traveling by the 2017 and 2019. If the between 2 and 4 people of the share by the single room, how can we chill by the study? For girls, there is no additional expenditure by do they are will contribute to domestic by share this if they are at home. Dear student, do know that if you are at the Delhi or other state, then after room sharing and 25% in 5 instance by this room sharing and the 2017 to 19 related to the 4 people of this share by the single room and the due to education related and this but you know that girls are not sharing the additional expression by this they are contributed in this domestic chore and this they are not at home related to the learning of the also suffered by this when a student we did not study in the English medium school come to college by the English to not be medium to instruction of the struggle by the surrounding in this English speaking. However, filtration by the many of the managed to the peak of the such as the student has not been able by the opportunity due to online education. Online education related to the all student the opportunity because some students are not offered by the online classes because technical challenges and we are not kept by the same balance of the united by the education. The fact by the provided the getting by the ahead of the necessary by the because they are smart but because of the pre-willing by the enjoy. Need to this dear student need a bed and how an app. Something similar by the happiness with health care by India's absolutely by the public spending of the health barely by the 1% GDP. We are repeating by the iron by the party and or result by the share of the peak of the OOP health and the expenditure of the total health and expenditure. Spending in India was over 60% in the 2018. Even the higher by provide the health system by not be United States OOPR were mainly 10%. Moreover, the private health sector by India in the poorly by regularly by the practice about the poor not be fair disadvantage in the access good health care. This line said that they restrain 1% GDP in the spending the public health system and then out of the packet health expenditure of the total health of the India of the 60% in the 2018. But 10% in this. The moreover, the private health sector of the India poorly by the regulated to the in this practice and disadvantaged by the in access by good health care and it ought to focus by the shortage of the essential by drug by the hospital bed oxygen vaccine of the several instances by the developing by the being by the solution of the allocation the various health services. These were the work because of the pool by expenditure in this platform by the such of the geometros etc. And there my students next topic is added digital solution by the create by the additional by bureaucracy in the all seek by the persons in such by the other service without the descriping by the clapping pipe along this the paperwork patents will have negative by DG work of the platform and app based solution excluded by the poor entry or this their access of the SKR by the health service further. In otherwise shared aging by the vaccination of the two digital technology are not creating by the kit extra hoarding by the use of the co-vaccine and book of the slot by the in the India much about the header for this without of the phone computer and this internet there are reported by the technical by because they are have not be only side the only available in the English online stock. This editorial said that dear my students and decoding by inequality the digital world due to the COVID-19 increase the education system and this education system economic system it is the very health system destroyed in due to COVID-19 but 2017 to 18 and 16 compare this situation and India's health system is not strong but compare this 2017 to 18 and 2019 and 20 related to the there are different types of health system in this destroyed due to novel coronavirus. And then international news is next point. Taliban Afghan focus by the declare ID true. Over 300 Palestinians hunt by the Jerusalem holy site in the classes in by parade of the routine in the headline. Joe charge in the awaited by the confirmation in the situation. Israel police fighting is the very difficult situations and then Iran confirmed by that it is not be talk up with the Saudi Arabia. Nepal PM lost vote by the confidence. Pakistan government to set new rule by the meet if TF requirement. Johnson facts by the probe over the luxury holiday. Thousands suspended by the Myanmar universities. They were targeted to the opposition by junta. German choice balance. Thank you.